kids are happy to see you as well. We have 2 performances this evening, both fantastic. The contest play is going to begin our evening, and then we'll close out with the state qualifying GI, and that'll surely be an awesome show for you as well. The contest play is going to roll first. This year's contest play was Proof by David Auburn. It's a Tony Award and Pulitzer Prize winning play. And our team did pretty well this year. So we have a small cast of 4. And at our SWSC conference, our team did extremely well. We took home a superior rating plaque, and all 3 judges ranked as superior, so that was awesome. All 4 of our actors took home all cast medals and were recognized as all cast performers, and we took home an award for technical excellence. At sectionals over the weekend, we placed 3rd. We were just a little shy of the state qualifier, but all things considered, very pleased with our run and how we did. The show is approximately 40 minutes. Please watch cell phones and any flashing photography, as it tends to be a bit of a dim show, and it is slightly distracting for our actors. By all means, if you're recording, we get it, and I'm very happy for you. But watch flashes, please. We would appreciate that. The other thing, after we wrap our set, we are going to need to push our actual set back for the GI to perform. So between performances, there will be a slight 10-15 minute break at that time for us to adjust. Again, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate seeing you. And this is the JWHS Show of Proof.
Can't sleep?
Jesus, you scared me.
Sorry.
What are you doing here?
I thought I'd check on you. Why aren't you in bed?
Your student's here. He's up in your study.
He could let himself out.
Might as well just wait until he's done.
And he's not my student anymore. He's teaching now. Great kid.
What time is it?
Almost 1. Past midnight.
So?
So, happy birthday.
Dad.
Do I ever forget?
Thank you.
25. I can't believe it.
Yep. Happy birthday to me.
What are you going to do on your birthday?
Drink this?
No. I hope you're not spending your birthday alone.
Not alone.
I don't count.
Why not?
I'm your old man. Go out with some friends.
Yeah, right.
Your friends aren't taking you out?
No.
Why not?
Because in order for your friends to take you out, you generally have to have friends.
No.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
You have friends. What about, a cute blonde? What's her name?
What?
She lives over on Ellis Avenue. You used to spend every minute together.
Sydney Jacobson?
Sydney Jacobson.
Dad, that was in the 3rd grade. She moved to Florida in like 1983.
What about Claire?
She's not my friend, she's my sister. She lives in New York. And I don't like her.
I thought she was flying in.
Not till tomorrow.
My advice is if you're awake late at night and you can't sleep, it's best to sit down and do some mathematics.
Please.
We could do some together.
No.
Why not?
Because I can't think of anything worse?
You used to love it.
Not anymore.
You knew what a prime number was before you could read.
Well, now I've forgotten.
Don't waste your talent, Catherine.
I knew you were going to say something like that.
I realize you've had a hard time, but that's no excuse. Don't be lazy.
I haven't been lazy. I've been taking care of you.
Kid, I've seen you. You eat junk, you don't work. Some days, you don't even get out of bed.
Yeah, those are the good days.
That's bull. You threw away those days, and you'll never know what you threw away with them.
So
you know I'm right.
So I've lost a few days.
How many?
I don't know.
How many?
33 days.
Exactly?
I don't know.
Be precise for Christ's sake.
I slept till noon today.
So call it 33 1/4.
Okay, sure.
You're kidding.
No.
Amazing number.
It's a depressing number.
And Catherine, if every day you lost were a year, it would be a very interesting number.
33 1/4 years is not interesting.
Oh, stop it. You know what I mean.
1,729 weeks.
1,729. The smallest number expressible.
Expressible is the sum of two different cubes in two different ways.
12 cubed plus 1 cubed equals 1,729.
Yes, and 9 cubed plus 10 cubed. Thank you, we get it.
You see, even your depression is mathematical. The kind of potential you
I
have.
haven't done anything good.
You're young. You still got time.
Do?
Yes.
But by the time you were my age, you were already famous.
By the time I was your age, I'd already done my greatest works.
What about after?
After what?
After you got sick?
What about it?
You couldn't work then.
Nope, if anything, I was sharper.
Dad?
No, seriously, the clarity, it was amazing, no doubts.
How old were you when it started?
Mid-20s. 23, 4. Is that what you're worried about?
Thought about it?
Just getting a year older doesn't mean anything,
It's
Catherine.
not just getting a year older.
It's me?
I've thought about it.
You have?
How can I not?
Well, if that's what you're worried about, then someone's not keeping up with their medical literature. It's not simply something you inherit. There's all kinds of factors.
Dad?
No, listen to me. Life changes fast in your early 20s. It shakes you up. You've had a bad week. You've had a lousy couple of years. No one knows better than me. But you're going to be okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. Now you see, you just gotta think these things through. Now how about it? I mean, go up, get some sleep, and in the morning you can start
Wait.
on...
No.
What's wrong?
Well, it doesn't work.
Sure it does.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Where's the problem?
You are crazy!
What difference does that make?
Well, you admitted it. You just said so yourself.
So?
So how can you just admit it?
Well, because I'm dead, aren't I?
You died a week ago.
Heart failure. It was quick. The funeral's tomorrow.
That's why Claire's flying into New York.
Yes.
But you're sitting here, you're giving me advice.
Yes.
That means,
For you?
yeah.
For you, Catherine. My daughter, who I love very, very much. That could be a bad sign.
What?
Oh, God, sorry. Did I wake you?
What?
Were you asleep?
You scared me, for Christ's sake. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize it had gotten so late. I'm done for the night.
Good.
Well, I can let myself out.
Good.
When should I come back?
Come back.
Yeah, I'm nowhere near finished. Maybe tomorrow.
We have a funeral tomorrow.
Oh, God, you're right. I was going to attend if that's all right.
Yeah, sure.
Well, what about Sunday? Will you be around?
You've had 3 days. You're wasting your time.
Someone needs to go through your dad's notebooks.
I've been up there. It's garbage.
There are 103 notebooks.
Yes, I've read them. It's gibberish.
Someone should at least read them.
He was crazy.
Yes, but he wrote them.
He was a graphomaniac, Harold. Do you even know what that is?
I know. He wrote compulsively and call me Hal.
There's no connections between the ideas. There's no ideas. It's like a monkey with a typewriter. 103 notebooks full of garbage.
Well, let's make sure they're all garbage then.
I'm sure.
I'm prepared to look at every page. Are you?
No, I'm not crazy.
Well, I'm going to be late. Some friends of mine are playing up at a bar on Diversity, way down the bill. They're probably going on around 2:30. I said it'd be there.
Great.
They're all in the math department. They're really good. They have this song you'd like called I, lowercase I. They just stand there and don't play anything for 3 minutes.
Imaginary number.
You see why they're way down the bill?
You're in this band, aren't you?
Okay, yes, I play with drums. You want to come? I never sing. I swear to God.
No thanks.
All right, look, Catherine, Monday, what do you say?
Don't you have a job?
Yeah, I have a full teaching load this quarter, plus my own work.
Plus band practice.
I don't have time to do this, but I'm going to, if you let me. I loved your dad. Now, I don't believe a mind like his can just shut down. He had a lucid year, a whole year 4 years ago.
Yeah, it was more like 9 months.
A school year. He was advising students. Now, I was sold on my PhD. I was this close to quitting. And then I met with your father, and he put me back on the right track with my research. I owe him. He basically invented the mathematical techniques for studying rational behavior and gave plenty for the astrophysicists to work over to, okay?
Don't lecture me.
I'm not. I'm just telling you, if I came up with 1/10 of the stuff your dad did, I could write my own ticket to any math department in the world.
Open your backpack.
What?
Open it up, I want to look inside.
Why?
You're not taking anything out of this
I
house.
wouldn't do that.
You're hoping to find something upstairs that you can publish.
Sure.
So you can write your own ticket?
What? No, it would be under your dad's name. It would be for your dad.
I don't believe you. You have a notebook in that
I
backpack.
think you're being a little paranoid.
Paranoid?
I think you should calm down and think about what you're
I'm
saying.
saying that you're lying to me, stealing my family's
You
property.
just said yourself there's nothing up there. Didn't you say that? So what would I take? Right.
So you don't need to come back.
Please, someone should know for sure.
I live with him. I spent my life with him. I fed him. I talked to him. I tried to listen when he talked. I watched him shuffle around like a ghost. A very smelly ghost. He was filthy. I had to make sure that he bathed my own father.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have tried to imply.
After my mother died, it was just me. And I tried to keep him happy no matter what idiotic project he was doing. You know, he used to read all day. He kept demanding more and more books. I was taking them out of the library by the carload. And then I realized that he wasn't even reading them.
He believed that aliens were sending him a secret message through the Dewey Decimal numbers on the sides of the library books. And he was trying to work out the code. Later, the writing phase, the scribbling, 19, 20 hours a day. I bought him that case of notebooks, and he used every single one of them. I dropped out of school.
And I'm glad that he's dead.
I'm sorry. I can't imagine going through any of that. I know
You don't know me! I want to be alone. I don't want him around.
Him? I'm a little.
You! I don't want you around, okay?
Why?
He's dead.
But I'm not.
He's dead. And I don't need any proteges around.
You think I'm the only one? People are already working over his stuff. Someone's going to read those notebooks.
Then I'll do it.
You don't have the math. If there were anything up there, it would be pretty high order. It would take a professional to recognize
I
it.
think I could recognize it.
Kathy,
What?
I know your dad taught you the basic stuff, but come on.
You don't think I could do it?
I'm sorry. I know that you couldn't. Kato, come on. This isn't an airport. Give me a break.
You can come back tomorrow.
The university health services are very good. My mom died a few years back, and I was pretty broken up about it. I met with this doctor, we talked, and it really helped.
Fine.
All right, well, I better go. I'm going to be late for the show.
Wait, your coat.
No, you don't have to.
I'm paranoid?
Wait.
Get the hell
No, don't look. I borrowed the notebook, all right, but I
Hello?
noticed something your father, all right?
Isn't
Now,
that
Matt,
your
something
robbery,
you wrote.
please?
Will you put the damn phone
Oh,
down and listen to
robbery.
me? Look, it was written
Yes,
about
I'm
you.
in 572
Catherine, see? There's your name. A good day. Some very good news from Catherine. Now, I didn't know what that referred to, but I thought you
When
might
did he
want-
write that?
I think 4 years ago. There's more. Her refusal to let me be institutionalized, her keeping me at home, caring for me herself, has certainly saved my life. Made writing this possible. Made it possible to imagine doing math again. Today is her birthday. She is 21, and I'm taking her to dinner. Dated September 4th. That's tomorrow.
It's today.
God, you're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have tried to sneak it out tomorrow. I was going... Never mind. It sounds stupid now. I was going to wrap it. Happy birthday.
Feel better?
Yeah,
You look a million times better. Why don't you have some coffee?
sure.
How do you take it?
Black.
Have some milk. Do you want a banana? You know, it's a good thing I brought food. There was none even in the house.
Yeah, I've been meaning to go shopping.
Well, did you use the conditioner I brought you?
No, I forgot.
It's my favorite. I'd really like you to try it.
Yeah, next time.
You know, I think you'll love it. It has jojoba in it.
What is jojoba?
It's something they put in for healthy hair.
Well, hair's dead.
What?
It's dead tissue. You can't make it healthy.
Well, it's supposed to be good for your hair.
What, like a chemical?
No, it's organic.
It can be organic and still be a chemical.
Well, I don't know what it is.
Haven't you ever heard of organic chemistry?
It makes my hair look, feel, and smell good. I mean, that's the extent of the information I have for you. You might like it if you decide to use it.
Thanks, I'll try it.
Good. Mitch says hi.
Hi, Mitch.
You know, he's really sorry that he couldn't come.
Yeah, he's gonna miss all the fun.
He really misses you, but I told him we'd see him soon enough. We're getting married.
Yikes.
Yes.
When?
January.
I'm really happy for you, Claire.
Thanks. You know, we just decided it was time with this job being so great. And, I mean, I just got promoted. So will you come?
Yeah, sure.
That makes me extremely happy. So how are you doing?
Fine.
How are you feeling about everything?
About everything.
About Dad?
Well, what about him?
You know, about his death? I mean, are you all right?
Yeah?
Honestly?
Yes.
I just feel like in some ways it was the right time, you know, if there ever is a right time. Do you know what you want to do now?
No?
Well, do you want to stay here?
I don't know.
Do you want to go back to school?
I haven't thought about
Well,
it.
there's a lot to think about. How do you feel?
Physically, great. Except that my hair seems kind of unhealthy, so I was wondering if there was something I could do about that. What is with all these
Would you
questions?
come to New York?
Yeah, in January.
You could come a lot sooner, you know, it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, the fun thing is not really what I'm looking for right now.
I just think that you could use some downtime.
Downtime?
Katie, please, you've had a hard time.
I'm perfectly okay.
I just think that you're upset and
I was
exhausted.
fine until you got here.
Yes, but you
I
just
don't
said
need this, Claire. I'm fine, you know. I'm totally fine. And then you come in here with your questions and your "Are you okay?" and your soothing tone of voice and your bagels and bananas and freaking ho-ho-but come to New York. And you know what? It really pisses me off. So just save it.
Is your sister up?
No, but her flight leaves in a couple hours, so I should probably go wake her.
Nah, let her sleep.
You can work if you want.
Okay.
Here,
What's this?
it's a key.
Ah,
Try it.
where?
Bottom drawer of the desk in my dad's office.
What's in there?
There's one way to find out.
Now? Okay. Morning, Claire.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you want your coffee?
No, I'm fine.
No, it's not trouble.
No,
I can get it.
I'm leaving soon,
I know.
and I'd still like you to come to New York.
Yeah, in January.
No, I'd like you to move to New York.
Move.
What would you think about it for me? I mean, you could stay with me in Mitchell first. There's plenty of room, and then you can get your own place. I mean, I've already scouted some apartments for you, some really cute apartments.
Well, what would I do in New York?
Well, what are you doing here?
I live here.
It would be much easier for me if you set up an apartment in New York.
Well, I don't need an apartment. I'll stay in the house.
We're selling a house.
What?
I'm selling it.
When?
I was hoping to do the paperwork sometime this week. I know it's
No one was here looking at the house. Who are you selling it
The
to?
university. I guess they've wanted the block for years.
But I live here.
I mean, now that Dad's gone, it just doesn't make sense. It's run down to cost a fortune to heat. It's time to let go. I mean, Mitch agrees.
Well, where am I supposed to live?
We'll come to New York. I can't believe this. I just think that it would be a whole new adventure for you.
Why are you doing this?
I want to help.
By kicking me out of my house.
It was my house too.
You haven't lived here in years.
I know you were on your own, and I feel awful.
Don't.
Look, I know I let you down, but now I am trying to help.
You want to help now?
Yes,
Dad is dead.
I know.
He's dead. And now that he's dead, you think you can fly in here for the weekend and decide you want to help? You're late. Where have you been? Where were you 5 years ago? Because you weren't helping then.
I was working.
And I was here. I lived with him alone.
I was working 14-hour days. I paid every bill here. I paid off the mortgage on this 3-bedroom house while I lived in a studio in Brooklyn.
You had your life. You got to finish school.
You could have stayed in school.
How?
I told you a million times you could have done whatever you wanted.
And what about Dad?
He was ill. He belonged in a full-time professional care.
He didn't belong in a nut house.
Or maybe some real professional care would have done him more good than rattling around in a filthy house with you looking after him.
Well, he might have been worse in a hospital.
And he might have been better. Did he ever do any work again?
No.
And you might have been better.
Better than what?
Living here with him didn't do you any good. You said that yourself. You had so much potential.
You think I'm like Dad.
I think that you inherited some of his talents and some of his tendency toward instability. Yes.
Claire, in addition to the cute apartments that you may have scouted for me, did you by chance devote some of your considerable energies towards finding another living arrangement?
No.
For your bunkhouse, little
No,
sister?
absolutely not. That is not what this is about.
Don't lie to me, Claire. I'm smarter than you.
It's just the resources that I've investigated.
Oh my
If you
God!
wanted to, all I'm saying is the doctors and people in New York are the best.
I hate you.
Please calm
I hate you!
down. What are you doing here?
How long have you known about this?
A while.
Why didn't you tell me about it?
I wasn't sure that I wanted to.
Thank you.
Welcome.
What's going on? What is it?
It's incredible.
What is it?
Oh, it's a result, a proof. I mean, it looks like a proof. I mean, it is a proof, a very long proof. If it is a proof of what I think it's a proof of, then it's a very important proof.
What does it prove?
It looks like it proves a theorem, a mathematical theorem about prime numbers, something mathematicians have been trying to solve since they're mathematicians, basically.
Well, what does that mean?
It means that during a time when everyone thought your dad was crazy or barely functioning, he was doing some of the most important mathematics in the world. If If this checks out, it means you published instantly. It means newspapers all over the world are going to want to talk to the person who found this notebook.
Kathy?
Kathy.
I didn't find it.
Yes, you did.
No.
Well, did you find it or did Hal find it?
I didn't find it.
I didn't find it. I wrote it.
You wrote this?
Yeah.
When?
I started after I quit school and I finished a few months before Dad died.
Well, did he see it?
No, and it wouldn't have mattered anyway. He was too sick.
I don't understand. You did this all by yourself?
Yeah.
It's in Dad's notebook.
I used one of his blanks for a bunch
Where
of
did you
stairs.
find that?
In his study.
In his
Now,
desk.
where
and-
exactly did you find that?
In the bottom drawer of your father's desk. A locked drawer. Kathy gave me the key.
Well, why was the drawer locked?
It's my drawer. I
Was
can't
there
keep all
anything
my-
else in there?
No.
It's the only thing I
Can
have.
I see it? I'm sorry, you knew exactly where this was. You gave him the key. You wrote this incredible thing and you didn't tell anybody about it?
Well, I'm telling you both now. Look, after I quit school, I got depressed. Really depressed. And I figured, you know, hey, it's just math. I can do it on my own, right? So I started working and late at night, and it was hard, but I did it.
I'm sorry, Catherine. This is just very hard to believe.
Claire, I wrote the proof.
It's in Dad's handwriting.
It's not.
It looks an awful lot like it.
It's my writing.
I'm sorry.
Well, ask Hal. He's been looking at Dad's writing for a week.
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
What does it look like?
It looks... I don't know what Catherine's handwriting looks like.
It looks like that.
Okay, okay.
You know what? I think it's early and we're all tired and maybe not in the best of state to be making decisions about emotional things, and maybe we should all just take a deep breath and...
You don't believe me.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really know anything about this.
Never mind. I don't know why I expected you to believe me about anything.
Well, could you tell us about the proof that would show us that it's yours?
You wouldn't understand
Tell
it.
us how.
I could, but
You can't use the book.
40 pages long. I didn't memorize it. It's not a muffin recipe. This is stupid. It's my book, my writing, my key, my drawer, and my proof. Hal, tell her.
Tell her what?
Whose book that is?
I don't know.
What's the matter with you? You've been through his other stuff. You know there's nothing even remotely like that up there.
Look, Catherine, I don't...
I wrote it!
But it's in your father's handwriting. At least it looks an awful lot like the writing in the other books. Maybe your writing looks exactly like his. I don't know.
It does look like his.
It doesn't matter. He could have dictated it to you for Christ's sake. It still doesn't make any sense.
Well, why not?
I'm a mathematician,
Yeah?
so I know how hard it would be to come up with something like this. I mean, it's impossible. You'd have to be your dad, basically. Your dad at the peak of his powers.
I'm a mathematician too.
Not like your dad.
Are you sure?
Your father was the most...
You know, just because you and the rest of the geeks worshipped him, doesn't mean that he wrote that proof, Hal.
He was the best. Now, my generation hasn't produced anything like him. He revolutionized the field twice before he was 22. Now, I'm sorry, Catherine, but you took some classes at Northwestern for a few months.
My education wasn't at Northwestern. It was living in this house for 25 years.
Even so, it doesn't matter. This is too advanced. I mean, I don't even understand most of it.
It's too advanced for you.
You could not have done this work.
What if I did?
Well, what if?
Then it would be a real disaster for you, wouldn't it? And for all the other geeks who barely finished their PhDs, who are marking time doing lame research and bragging about the conferences they go to? Wow. And playing in an awful band and whining because they think they're intellectually past it at 28 because they are!
Katie, let's go inside.
working.
It's December, it's 30 degrees.
I know.
Don't you need a coat?
Don't you think I can make that assessment for myself?
I've been calling. Didn't you hear the phone?
It's a distraction.
I didn't know what was going on. I had to come all the way down here.
Well, I'm sorry, Catherine, but it's a question of priorities, and work always takes priority.
You're working? You're kidding.
No,
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either. But it started about a week ago. I woke up, came downstairs, poured a cup of coffee, and before I even poured in the milk, it was like someone trying to light in my head.
Really?
And not the light, the whole power grid. I lit up. It's like no time has passed since I was 21.
Oh my God.
I'm not talking divine inspiration. It's not funneling from my head onto the page. It'll take work to sort these things out. I'm not saying it won't take a tremendous amount of work. It'll take a tremendous amount of work. It's not going to be easy, but the raw material is there.
What?
Now I know you have your own work. I don't want you to neglect that. You can't neglect that. But I can probably use some help. Work with me if you want to. If you work out your class schedule and everything else, I can help you with that. I could make some calls, talk to your teachers.
Dad, why don't we just go inside?
I know, Catherine, come on. This would be a great place to start. What do you think? Let's talk it through.
Not right now, okay? It's really cold. Let's go inside.
It's stifling in there, goddammit. The radiators. Oh, look, just read the lines. That's how we start. We go line by line.
Not right now, okay? Let's just go inside.
Come on, Catherine. I want to do some work. Let's do some work together.
Well, we can't do it out here, okay? It's too cold. Let's just please go inside.
Not to talk about the proof.
No.
God damn it, Catherine! Open the goddamn book and bring me the lines.
Let x equal the quantity of all quantities of x. Let x equal the cold. It is cold in December. The months of cold equal November through February. There are 4 months of cold and 4 of heat, leaving 4 months of indeterminate temperature. In February, it snows. In March, the lake is a lake of ice. In September, the students come back and the bookstores are full. Let x equal the month of full bookstores. The number of books approaches infinity as the months of cold approaches 4. I will never be as cold now as I will in the future. The future of cold is infinite. The future of heat is the future of cold. The bookstores are infinite, and so are never full except in September. Hey, it's okay. We'll go inside.
I'm cold.
Then we'll warm you up.
Please, don't leave me.
I won't.
You know we don't have to leave for another 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, I know.
So you're all packed?
Yeah.
You know, if you forgot anything, it doesn't really matter. The movers will send us everything next month. Look, I know this is hard. You'll love New York.
Can't wait.
I mean, it's not like Chicago, you know, it's really alive.
Yeah, I've read about that.
Well, once you're there, you'll see all the opportunities available for
Restraints, lithium, electroshock.
you. Schools. And New York alone, there's NYU, Columbia.
Right, college days. Football games, road trips, necking on the quad.
I want to make this as easy a transition as I can for you.
Oh, it's gonna be easy, Claire. It's gonna be so
freaking easy, you won't be able to believe it.
Thanks.
I'm gonna sit quietly on the plane to New York. And I'm going to live a quiet life in a cute apartment and answer all of Dr. Von Hyman's questions very politely.
You could see any doctor you like, or you could see no doctor at all.
I'd like to see a doctor, and I would like his name to be Dr. Von Hyman. Please find me one. And I would like him to wear a monocle and to have a very well-upholstered couch so that I'm perfectly comfortable while I'm blaming everything on you.
You know what? Don't come.
No, I'm coming.
No, stay here and see how you do.
I could.
You couldn't last 5 days.
It's crap.
You slept all week. I missed a week of work. You know, I was this close to taking you to the hospital. You know, I was surprised when you finally dragged yourself up out of bed.
I was tired.
You were completely out of it, Catherine. You weren't even speaking.
I didn't want to talk to you.
Well, then stay here if you hate me so much.
And do what?
I don't know. You're the genius. Figure it out.
You're still here? I saw Claire leaving out the front. I wasn't sure if... This thing checks out. I've been over it twice with 2 different sets of guys. It works. I thought you might want to know.
I already knew that.
I don't think your father wrote it.
I thought so last week.
Yeah, but that was last week. I actually spent this week reading the proof. I think I understand it, more or less. It uses a lot of the newer mathematical techniques.
So?
So the proof is very hip.
Get some sleep, pal.
What was your father doing the last 10 years? He wasn't well, was he?
Are you done?
You see, I don't think he would have been able to master those new techniques.
But he was a genius.
But he was nuts.
We read about them later.
Maybe, but he dated everything in there. Even his most incoherent entries are dated. There are no dates in this.
The handwriting.
Looks like your dad's. Parents and children sometimes have similar handwriting, especially if they spend a lot of time together.
Interesting theory.
Well, I like it.
Me too. It's what I told you last week.
I know.
Should have just trusted me.
I know. So, Claire sold the house?
Yeah.
Stay in Chicago, you're an adult.
She wants me in New York. She wants to look after me.
Do you need looking after?
She thinks I do.
You looked after your dad for 5 years.
Yeah, so maybe it's my turn.
There's nothing wrong with you.
I think I'm like my dad.
I think you are too.
I'm afraid I'm like my dad.
No, you're not him.
Maybe I will be.
Maybe, but maybe you'll be better.
I was just connecting the dots, you know. I mean, some nights I could connect 3 or 4, and some nights they'd be really far apart, and I'd have no idea how to get to the next one, or even if there was a next one.
You never really knew?
No, I worked after midnight. He was usually in bed.
Every night?
No, not every night. Some nights when he couldn't sleep, he would come downstairs and we'd sit and talk. I mean, not about math or anything, but about the movies we would watch. I would explain the stories to him. Or we would talk about what we would eat the next morning for breakfast. And those nights were usually pretty good.
I know that it works. But I can't help but thinking about all the compromises, places where it's just stitched together and it's lumpy. And my dad's stuff was way more elegant, at least when he was younger.
Well, talk me through it. Whatever's bothering you. Maybe you'll improve it.
I don't know.
Pick anything. Give it a shot. Maybe you'll even discover something elegant.
Here. I've got Eberhardt's conjecture setting up this part. Qn is the nth prime and all that stuff. B is positive and not divisible by P. I mean, it's pretty basic number theory, but it just seems wrong to be using it to get to the Gauss. I mean, I'd like to go around until you get contradictions or everything just goes to 0, unless...
Hi, I'm Noah. I'm a sophomore and I played Hal.
Jacob Dunskis, sophomore, Robert.
Hope Taka, sophomore, Claire.
I'm a Shake senior, Catherine.